There must have been, eh?
It's funny now. It's funny
Jeez,
now.
like, what? It's a Navy boat. Okay, are we rolling? It was an old Navy boat,
It
eh?
still is.
Is it still
And
a
that's
Navy
an even
boat?
older Navy boat. But no, obviously I just changed the name. It was the Howard Davis. Like they're built by the SA Navy, bro.
And it was in Simonstown.
No, it was always at the waterfront. Always right in front of the Victoria Alfred. In fact, the
man.
Victoria Alfred Hotel has got a plaque of the hotel with the Howard Davis parked in front of it in the hotel. It's on the plaque.
Wow.
That's how long she was there for.
That's where I saw you during, just after COVID, I think.
Yeah.
You had parked over there, hey?
She'd been there forever. That's why I bought her, to be honest, was because of the birth. And it got commercial rights, and I was doing chartering and all sorts of things. You know?
My sons would be so happy knowing that they could meet, like if they met you, they'd think you're a real pirate. And they'd actually ask me on the way home if you're a real pirate. Art, thanks for coming and spending the day with us, man. I really, really am grateful. There's something I must ask you, and I don't know if I got the moment that it exactly was, but when I said to you or suggested for you to come flying today, you said, probably not, possibly not, maybe not. All the things I was hoping to hear, but you were not very positive. But then you said, please let me arrive, please let me take stock of the wind and the pilots and everything, and then you'll make the decision. That crossroads, what did it feel like today deciding to climb into that plane?
Well, obviously it's a moment, it's a transition. Driving up here in the car, being blown around on the freeway, you know, it's like I'm okay with things, but I don't want to take too many more chances, you know, in my life. But so there was a concern. I'll be very honest. I was reaching out to one or two really good aviation friends of mine, saying, "Would you not?" Because obviously you want to check these things. But then, what turned me around was seeing how calm and professional Len and Jean are, and that's everything. I want someone who can show me absolutely everything, answer my questions with a straight face, and it didn't take much to convince me. It was pretty quick that I was able to go. Yeah, let's do it.
Were you nervous?
I think I was more nervous at the thought of it.
Okay.
So like yesterday and this morning, like driving up, Tanya and I were looking at the wind going, "Jeez, I mean, I would be on a very small kite out here, never mind on a you know, in a gyrocopter." So but not too nervous, not that stomach nervousness that you get, you know?
It's sometimes condescending. You know when people do, you know when a friend of yours does something brave,
Yeah.
and then you tell them well done, it's
Yeah.
a little bit condescending, like, no, well done for taking off on that wave, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever, pal. I told you how scared I am of bugs.
Yeah.
People have no idea.
That's one thing you
rattled I
never
get.
tell people on camera, is to don't ever prank him with bugs and things
Bugs.
like that. Don't ever tell your fears. Let me just tell you something. You never tell your fears on air.
But Leon Schuster's retired now. He's not, I'm
But
saying,
I remember now.
no, my heart beating fast there. Jeez. No, but listen, it was awesome. I know that people are overcoming some fears. You know, there's the guy that I rode the ocean with, Fanafakile, the black guy from Putadichaba, landlocked province of South Africa. Guy couldn't swim, decided to row an ocean with me.
Wow. That's one way to overcome that, right?
That's like just a bit extreme, eh?
No,
So-
listen, I was telling Jean as well in the cockpit, it's about those things that you'll only regret the things you didn't do on your deathbed. You know what I mean? You will seldom regret the things you did. But it's the things that are left that you couldn't do that you'll regret, and I'm so glad I did it, which is why I'm so glad I also encouraged Tanya. They were kind enough to take her up as well. I was like, babe, we've got this opportunity. We have to go now, especially now that not me, but I get the sense of how safe it is, and you know, but do these things that make you a little bit uncomfortable, which you have done by far more than me. But you know, I encourage people to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
When was the last time you did something nerve-wracking besides asking Tanya to get married?
Yeah, that was nerve-wracking on stage. But I mean, for sure, the crossing, the Cape-to-Rio 2023 was the wildest thing I've ever done. It remains the wildest thing I've ever done.
Wow.
So that was interesting.
Why did you go via, so we're both sailors, and I think a lot of the viewers know that. You had a big following for your sailing trip across, eh? It was amazing, man.
Yeah.
And the Royal Cape Yacht Club looked after you. They loved having you in the mix there as well.
They were
How
fantastic.
many gigs did you have to do in return for your free berth at the Royal Cape?
No, I think it was the other way around. No, they were super cool. The whole crew, the whole fraternity, they looked after us. I think a lot of them were like, "What is actually going on? Is this rockstar pirate going to take the oldest wooden boat in South Africa across the ocean?" So there was probably a lot of A lot of question marks, none more than myself, but you know, again, like everything, it is preparedness. It's knowing what it is. Knowledge is king, you know, and the more you understand. So I play the game. I didn't take any chances. As much as I was inexperienced with offshore sailing, I didn't leave anything to chance. I had spares of every spare in different sizes of that spare on board the boat. I had enough space, and we needed it. And when the time came, we were fine, you know.
Is that why your boat weighed 60 tons?
Yeah, it started 2 tons, bro.
What did you, landing in St. Helena, that like legend that goes about Napoleon and about Jonathan, what was special for you about the island and all the people?
I love the people. I think what was cool for me is, I mean, it's a little mini crossing in itself, so would have been the first crossing of any kind I did. And it's a decent one, you know. Daunting to know that you still have to go to Brazil, but also because we had a problem at sea, I was just very happy to have my whole crew there, super safe, completely unhurt, and quite a few people disembarked, weren't going to carry on with the journey, understandably. And so we took a skeleton crew and did the rest of it.
Tell me what happened.
Well, we got caught in a storm, and we did a couple of crash jobs, which on a 50-ton boat is not a great sound and not a great experience.
Yes,
and our backstay tensioners both popped off. Not instantly, that they eventually shared, and it was only a day later that they eventually popped off. So we were fortunate. I mean, it's a big, big boat, very stable on that poop deck, and fortunately my cousin Michael Hayward is a fantastic welder, and we just sorted everything out at sea. But
yes.
couple of the crew were not too impressed by that, and understandably wanted to get off.
And got off.
So we did, dropped them off at St. Helena, and the rest of us carried on.
Where's your boat now?
In the Dominican Republic. She is for sale. If you need, please do DM me. It's very negotiable, like very.
Where in the Dominican Republic?
In Samana Bay. Because I had a sailing school who had taken over her, because she was a sailing vessel built by the SA Navy. So it's perfect for the amount of students you can have on it. We can have 15 people. There's 15 bunks on that boat, you know. So I wrote a song on The Impossible Machine, which only came out now on my new album called As It Should Be. And the song's called Rio, obviously, which we never got to, ironically. I've never been to Rio, because we ended up going to Recife and then skipping up. But the end of the song goes, you know, we went through storms, took a few wrong turns, and the storms actually set us on the course to steer. And so we turned to St. Helena to shelter the night, and it was literally from there that the adventure began. And we learned how to sway. And it's just like, so here we are. Where are we going? We're going south, we're going to Rio, we're going to go north, and end up going double the distance of the race. We ended up going 6,600 miles instead of the 3.3. Yeah. I didn't even have charts for Brazil. This is something I didn't realize. I got to Brazil, and all my navionics was all for south Brazil, you know, and I had nothing for the north. So it was interesting. But you just like all of life, you've got to learn how to dance, man. It's going to throw so many challenges your way, and it's about how you learn to dance with it. So the lyric on that is just learn how to sway, man.
As South Africans' ability to bounce back from anything, you know, like being positive. Yeah. You're one of the guys, and I think you know it, is that I don't know anybody who smiles more than you do. Really,
I know but you know, you've had to learn how to do that, and you get a choice in life as to how you want to go through life. Really, you are given a choice. Are you going to be miserable and fight with everyone that you get in company with, or are you just going to laugh your way through life? And yes, there's times that it's inappropriate to laugh in certain situations. So be it, you know. It's everyone has coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
And for the most part, that's what I choose to do, is spread positivity and joy. And I just find it to be quite a natural way of being, and it's also just easy. You just glide through life, you know. We've also learned to really appreciate everything. When you live in constant gratitude, it becomes a practice that becomes pretty powerful. Like everything else really becomes quite negligible when you wake up and you go, oh wow. Jeez, oh, look where I am. Oh my word, taste this coffee. It's an incredible practice when you start doing that daily, how everything else just dissipates, the seriousness of life. Man, it's always going to be there. The challenges will always be there. But if you can live in gratitude and happiness and smiling and yes, laughing all the time, I'm pretty happy.
One of my big flaws is that I don't smile and laugh as much as I should. And there's things that make me happy, but then I'm such an overthinker that I just overthink things.
Well, there's probably reasons for that. It's probably just your way of processing. As long as you're aware of it and then you start practicing. It's a practice. It's like anything, you know?
So with South Africa and its ability to be so cruel on itself, in your new album, a song, and it might be a bit unfair because a few of them could be appropriate.
Yeah.
Which song do you think is one that South Africa could do with right now?
Well, I think not only South Africa could do with it, but there's a song I wrote 20 years ago this year called What He Means, which is peace, love, more tolerance. Those words are as relevant today, if not more, than they were then. And so what I did, because I'm allowed to, it's a little bit cheeky, but I did a bit of a rework of it on this record because it's 20 years old. And it's called There Is Only Love. So I've dissected all these things, religion, all, it doesn't matter what book you read, right down to what only me, these opinions are mine only. But I believe in only two things. One is now, the present. The future never comes, it'll only ever be today, right? So I believe in now. And then the other one I believe in, and it's cheesy as it is for a rock star pirate to say it, all I believe in is love. That is literally it. That is my religion. It's the one thing that I have faith in, is love. And all the other stuff is just different ways of getting to the same outcome, I believe. But if you really narrow it down, so there's a song on there called There Is Only Love, and it's got little snippets of what he means in it. And then another one is As It Should Be, which Tanya joins me on as well. And it's inspired by Ramdas, who at the end of a lot of his talks goes, so, you know, something big happens, something profound happens, something doesn't. You look at all these things that happen, and what can you do? It's like going, yeah. It's the equivalent, right? You just go, what do you do? What do you do about it? So the chorus goes, so I love you, you know, and that's a super big, honest declaration of the most, you know, simple place that you can be in love with, and it's as it should be. It's just the right time, the right place, and it encourages people to kind of live like that, hopefully.
You know how many people, you know, growing up, you must have known this. Every guy wants to be a rock star.
Yeah, careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly.
Careful what you wish for.
Like, I mean, maybe a professional tennis player was pretty cool in our time, watching Agassi and those guys perform. But I mean, a rock star, was it all it was made out to be?
Oh man,
or more?
It's as it should be. Sorry to quote the album. We're also punting it a while. No, I'm joking. But no, listen, it's had highs and lows. It's certainly not how it's perceived. It's a really, really tough road, and I would encourage people not to go out to become a rock star. You must do music because you love music, and everything else that happens is a bonus, like a cherry on the top. So yeah, man, that stigma, that's actually old. It's old-fashioned now. I think the term rock star is even outdated now. It really is, you know. It's just be lacquer.
Just be lacquer.
I prefer to be lacquer than a rock star. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this theme of our segment is outdoors, and I just sometimes get it and judged sometimes. For me, listen, if I walk into a place and I'm having dinner or it's in a pub, I always get asked to tell war stories. And I understand it's sort of my space and people always want to hear the war stories. But outdoors just means so much more to me. I mean, my best moments, my moments of clarity, my biggest decisions in life been with outdoors. Has that ever been the same for you? Where's outdoors meant something so big for you?
So I have always enjoyed it. Obviously the ocean has been a big part growing up on the bluff. Surfing, the crossing was a very big thing for me to be that tiny in nature. But something that Tanya and I enjoy now that she's really got me into, I've done a little bit of it before, but a lot now through Tanya's eyes and her world, is free diving. I mean, I've done a lot of scuba diving, not really a lot of one breath diving, but man, have we got a playground right around this peninsula that you can't believe. Kelp forests 10 meters high, and I never thought I'd be going down to 10 meters on my breath, you know. It's just completely opened my eyes. For 1 second you don't have your cell phone on, you've got complete clarity. All you're worrying about is your breath, the oneness, being down there and seeing it's an entire whole world out there. So we're just really loving freediving at the moment. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then of course kiting, all the ocean stuff, I do enjoy it, but you do get a lot of clarity when because it's a discipline, you know. You have to be down there. No one's phoning you, that's for sure.
Just Art, isn't that amazing how outdoors actually does what substances, alcohol, drugs do?
100%.
Because all it does is just distract you. Because the reason you'd use substances to distract you from what's really bothering you.
Yeah.
And then you find that you could go, when you were telling me about the free diving, I used to go and dive if I was trawling my rapalas behind my kayak, they would get hooked in the reef.
Right, so you have to go.
And then if it was like more than like 7-8 meters,
Yeah.
my ears wanted to go.
I know,
kaboom,
yeah.
And I think, I can't lose it. I had no more money. I couldn't buy rapalas. I had to dive down,
to get them,
like
yeah.
blood coming out of my nose, to save my rapala.
Yeah.
But as you said that, all I realized while I was diving for my rapala, I was thinking about nothing else but surviving.
Exactly. No, I mean, the cold water immersion, which we have a lot of in Cape Town, like you say, it's a substance replacement. It's such a dopamine booster. It's ridiculous. And the equivalent of any substance abuse, you get the same spike. Then you get the mammalian reflex, it lowers your heart rate, really clears your mind. It's just a beautiful, beautiful free gift right here.
What was one of the thoughts that you had while you were flying today? Was there anything that stood out? Did you think of something besides Tanya?
So I've kite surfed a lot at Big Bay. So it was so nice to see that perspective of, I've done downwards, from the lighthouse into Big Bay on a sup. So it's so nice to see the direct path. And of course, the splendor of that mountain. But what was super impressive for me today, being a wind person who's like you've been in a lot of wind, was seeing how stable that craft was. And I mean, it was 28, 30 knots out there, and it was cool. I mean, at one stage you fly at an angle like that, but I felt pretty strong. But what a beautiful perspective to see everything from.
Listen, you're a gem of a guy, but you're a treasure for South Africa, and the thing for me is that I know I've connected with people. Music is the greatest connection of people, sounds and things, but I think equal and close to that is the outdoors, eh? So
100%.
I'm glad that you got a chance to share a little bit of my world today.
Man. Thank you.
I want you to please, while I've got you over here, free of charge, is just to play us something.
Okay.
Maybe something from the new album?
It's going to be from the new album, but I will warn you, you're going to be involved. All right, are you ready?
I want to put on my Instagram profile, backup singer for Ard Matthews.
Well, this is your moment. In fact, I want the whole crew to be involved. No laughing. Please. No laughing. So this is how simple it is. Check it. Na 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 na. Sing with me. Na 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 na. One more time. Na 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 na. You got it, bro. Na 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 na. Can I hold that? Hold that in your mind when I get to the chorus. Take me back to the water. Take me back where I belong. It burns me up to not be under with you. With you. Oh, like a man to the slaughter. Like the sound of a gong that hypnotizes and reminds me of the view. Coming in again soon, watch out. I'll key you. Woo. Take me back to the drop off, to the side of the blue, where the edge meets the ending. And the end begins again. Oh. Okay, are you ready? You're gonna do the na-na. Everybody, come on. Back to the end.
Can I hold your guitar?
Yeah, of course.
May I?
Of course you can.
Who gave you the gift of music? Your parents?
Yeah, mom and dad. Yeah, definitely, just all naturally taught. And I was harmonizing with mum in the car on the way to grandparents and stuff like that. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, she must make Tanya. She must make a debut in the next
next video.
Next video. Maybe when I can. Hey, listen. I've got a little surprise for you.
Oh wow.
So, donkey. Just keep the branding out there. So, I mean, I am proud of you, and I know that you've got the same vibes that I had for a while. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
But this is for you. Just try them on before I give them to you. Just your Top Gun.
Some Top Gun.
Top Gun vibes.
Sweet. All right, I like it. Are we going to take our shirts off and go and draw? We might be a bit above that.
Sign it for you as my wingman.
Please do, bro. What is it, Goose?
Yeah, I'm Maverick.
Mavericks. Okay, all right, sweet. Let's go for it, bro.
So you Goose, hey?
I'm Goose. I don't know how it works, but please, gooi.
What message to my wingman?
What do you think, babe? We'll talk in the car. She's going to rip them off my face as soon as we get Lekker.
Oh, thanks so much, man. You're a star.
My bro.
Thank you.
Good to see you,
very
man.
Much. Yeah,
great
man.
crew. Thanks,
Great
everyone.
for
Bro, legend, bro. Thank you, man.
Okay,
Beautiful.
you spark. And the sparking's that, hey? Then I'll finish. Okay, let's get out there. Let's do it.
Let's go.